Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. Friday night, Baz will be going out for a couple of beers and a chuck of darts, but first we are going to do a beer review, and we are heading over to the Perfect Draft for this one, or in my case the Perfect Draft Pro, and a new keg was released not yesterday, I don't believe, Wednesday, and it's a keg, funny enough, that I have commented or mentioned in little surveys on the old Beer Hawk site that I would like to see, and the one we are looking at is from Theakstons, traditional English sort of brewery, and this is a keg of their Old Peculiar, which I am absolutely really happy to see out, to be honest, because I love it in a bottle. So we've got it in keg now. Now this is coming in at £38.90 a keg, but at this current moment, or certainly when I ordered it 2 days ago, unless anything's changed, they've got an offer on for the Six Nations. So even though it's £38.90 a keg, if you order 3 kegs that are in this offer, which this happens to be one of them, you get 20% off. So off 3 kegs, I think that worked out about 25 quid or something off, I think, or £23, something like that. But it was a good deal. So what are we looking at? £7-8 off the keg, so it's coming in at about £30 to £31 a keg on that offer, and then obviously you can have your £5 keg deposit that comes back. So 5.6%, exactly the same ABV as you get in the bottle. Recommended temperature, I think for PD owners, standard PD owners, the beer isn't going to be as good because it'll be colder. I suppose that's everyone's own preference, and you can let it warm up. But the recommended temperature out the PD Pro is 6 degrees. So I've got it set at 6 degrees. I actually had to wait for it to warm up today. Not had nothing out of it. Really looking forward to this. I really am. Now, I don't know if that's the wrong sort of glass, but it's the only Theakstons glass I've got. So it's going to be going in that. So let's head over there, do a video of the pour, come back and crack on. Right, here we are. Let's try and stop that from wobbling a bit. Glass at the ready, tap at the ready. Let's give it a pour. Well, as you can see, that went well. Like I said, first pour out, I never do that little bit. I just let it pour. So it was rather lively. So we got a massive, big, thick, creamy head on it. But beer in a glass, looking at it. Deep sort of chestnut, I'm going to say, a reddy hue. Deep chestnut, deep mahogany, red hue I can just see through the bottom. I'm not seeing any carbonation, but I'm sure there's plenty in there. And we've got a lovely 4 to 5 first pour finger head. Slightly tan, but the head looks really compact. We're going to have to see what it's like after a couple of pints. But if it carries on pouring with that sort of creaminess on the head, it's going to be fantastic. It is going in a little bit, so it is settling. So I'm going to try and get my nose in there and give this a go. Let's see what we can do. Most professional reviewers would let it settle and do all that stuff, but not me. I'm an amateur. Let's just crack on, get the nose in. It's quite hard to get massive aromas off it at the moment with such a big head, but I am getting a nice chocolatiness on the nose. It's got a beautiful chocolate aroma. Malty, slightly sweet, a little bit of a tickle of dark fruit in the background, maybe even a little bit of licorice, but it smells fantastic. Now, no doubt this is going to be a video where I have to pause it and top it up because there isn't much in there, but let's dive in, give it a go. Cheers. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me go in again. That is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'm picking up more flavour now. That genuinely is fantastic. Body 5.6%. There's a big thick creamy head on this at the moment, which is probably aiding it a bit. So without that creamy head, will it be any worse? It may well be. Not that it's bad. It's got a decent body on it, but it's not going to weigh you down sort of body. So it's probably identical to the sort of feel of the beer that you get out of the bottle. Obviously, like I say, the head is going to help it. Minimal carbonation. Smooth as you like. I mean, that glides down the hatch. That really does glide down the hatch. Silky smooth, beautiful mouthfeel, a nice body, like I say. Maybe the creaminess is helping it, but the body on it is a lovely sort of drinkable sort of body. I'm going to pause it while I get a top up. And yet again, still not a great pour. I'm not sure the glass maybe does it. Is the sort of glass you want to put it in, but I could be totally wrong. There was still a little bit of head in it as well, so it is going to look a bit bigger. I'm certain after a pint and a half, this head is going to settle down totally, so don't be put off by that. But again, look at it. It's a lovely, thick, creamy head. Body, mouthfeel, smooth, soft, beautiful. Pardon me. On the taste, hoppy. Quite a rich malty feel. You get the chocolate on the nose. I'm not picking it up so much in the taste. Yeah, a richness about it, a dark fruit vibe going on in there. A nice bitterness. Almost turning right on the back end to a little bit of a coffee bitterness. But I'm still searching for that chocolate sort of thing in there, which I'm not sort of getting. And it's not so noticeable on the nose either now. Yeah, when you swirl it around, there's definitely a bit more on the nose. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like I say, hoppy, dark fruit vibe going on. A little bit of a coffee. It sort of leads into it. It's dark fruit, hoppy, leads into a bitterness, a rich sort of malty bitterness almost, if you like, and then maybe just tails off late on, where you almost get that sort of coffee bitterness going on in there. I think there's a little bit of licorice as well. But yeah, I mean, that is banging. I mean, that is, if you like Old Peculiar in a bottle, this is not going to disappoint you. 5.6%. It's not initially there when you first start drinking it. But then the richness, the rich maltiness, the dark fruit side of it, the bitterness, they're the bits that give it that 5.6%. You could even say this is maybe drinking, I wouldn't say it's drinking stronger than 5.6%, but if somebody told you this was 6%, you wouldn't really disagree with them. But yeah, for me, Old Peculiar, it was a keg. I've been really I was hoping to come out on the PD. Since it was announced, I've been really looking forward to trying it. And trust me, if it's the sort of beer you like, and I'm trying to find the Theakstons name, if it's the sort of beer you like, there we go, you can't even see the Theakstons on it anyway, can you? if it's the sort of beer you like, you ain't going to be disappointed with that. That is a banger. And I'm going to be bold and say I think this keg, certainly for me, if you like dark beers or real ales, this keg, I think, is going to take some beating this year. I think that is a belter. Dark beers aren't going to be everyone's thing. Real ales aren't going to be everyone's thing. But for me, that is a banger. And I'm glad I got it. I got 3 kegs of it. So, yeah, a massive thumbs up from me for that. If you've had it before in keg yet, I don't know if you have, let me know what you think. If you do like the bottle, you are going to love this. If you're thinking of getting it and you like I say, real ales, dark beers, pick it up. That is an absolute banger. So there are my views on this beer. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.